Hello everyone. We'll be continuing with the second chapter, Nelson Mandela Long Walk to Freedom. As we know, this is the autobiography of Nelson Mandela, the former president of South Africa. He has mentioned about the 10th of May, which was considered to be the inauguration day for South Africa. He talks about the struggle and the oppression that the country has faced in the past by the colonizers, and he talks about the people who have suffered a lot and who have tried a lot in order to achieve independence for the country. He also talks about himself, who was imprisoned for a very long period of time of his age. Moreover, on that auspicious day of inauguration on 10th of May, he talks about how people belonging to the country, that is the pilots and all, how they have created a spectacular area of display. Furthermore, he talks about the people who were determined to work hard for the country, who had taken oath for the country, the deputy presidents. Moreover, he also talks about a few men. We can see the images here and the names of these people who worked very hard for achieving independence for the country. Further, he talks about the country, how they have suffered, and he even says that no human being has taken birth to hate each other. Instead, it's easy to love each other. And the seeds of hatred were sown, but now they will not be following the same thing in the future with anyone. We'll be continuing the chapter further from here. In life, every man has twin obligations. Twin obligations is two obligations or double obligations. The first is obligation to his family and to his parents, to his wife and children, and he has an obligation to his people, his community, that is his country. In a civil and humane society, each man is able to fulfill those obligations according to his own inclinations and abilities. That means every person can fulfill these two obligations according to their capabilities. But in a country like South Africa, it was almost impossible for a man of my birth and color to fulfill both of those obligations. That means what he meant to say is, he emphasizes the problem and the sufferings of the people of South Africa and how helpless they were, that they could not fulfill any of their duty neither to their family nor to the country. In South Africa, a man of color who attempted to live as a human being was punished and isolated. A man of color here means person who was not white, a non-white. The person may be black, the person may be colored, but in South Africa, person who was colored or black was not considered to be a human being. The person was punished and was isolated. That was considered to be, that person has to live lonely. In South Africa, a man who tried to fulfill his duty to his people was inevitably, that is unavoidably, ripped from his family and his home and was forced to live a life apart, a twilight existence of secrecy and rebellion. A person who tried to do something for his country in South Africa during colonization, the person was separated from his family, and then the person had to spend his rest of the life in isolation. I did not in the beginning choose to place my people above my family, but in attempting to serve my people, I found that I was prevented from fulfilling my obligations as a son, a brother, a father, and a husband. I was not born with a hunger to be free. I was born free, free in every way that I could know. Here Nelson Mandela says that he always had confusion whether to serve his country or his family, as a son, as a brother, as a father, as a husband. Moreover, he said that he never knew that he was the one who would struggle to achieve independence for his country, because he was born free. He never knew what freedom was, what freedom for the country meant. He says that he was free to run in the fields near his mother's hut, free to swim in the clear stream that ran through the village, free to roast mealies are nothing but eatables, under the stars and ride the broad backs of slow moving bulls. All these things as a kid he used to do in his village. As long as I obeyed my father and abided by the customs of my tribe, I was not troubled by the laws of man or God. Nelson Mandela says that as much as the parents said he would obey that, what the community rules were, when he followed those, he did not fall into any kind of trouble. It was only when I began to learn that my boyhood freedom was an illusion, when I discovered as a young man that my freedom had already been taken from me, that I began to hunger for it. At first, as a student, I wanted freedom only for myself. The transitory freedoms, transitory means something that is temporary, of being able to stay out at night, read what I pleased, and go where I chose. Later, as a young man in Johannesburg, I yearned. Yearn means eagerly waiting for something. I eagerly waited for the basic and honorable freedoms of achieving my potential, of earning my keep, of marrying and having a family, the freedom not to be obstructed in a lawful life. Initially, as a boy, Nelson Mandela thought that he was free, he lived in a free country. But as soon as he became young, he understood that the freedom was temporary and it was already taken away. He knew that he wanted freedom for himself, and not only for himself but for everyone. Later on, when he was in Johannesburg, he wanted basic and honorable freedoms and rights. What he was desirable for, or what he desired for, or what he was deserving of. But then I slowly saw that not only was I not free, but my brothers and sisters were not free. That is, his countrymen were not free. I saw that it was not just my freedom that was curtailed, that means something that was taken away from him or reduced, but the freedom of everyone who looked like I did. Then is when I joined the African National Congress. Here, when he says who looked like I did, that means the blacks. Then he joined African National Congress, and that is when the hunger for my own freedom became the greater hunger for the freedom of my people. It was this desire for the freedom of my people to live their lives with dignity and self-respect that animated my life. Here, animated means changed his life, that transformed a frightened young man into a bold one. He says that he was a frightened person earlier. He was not so bold, he was not so opened up. But later on, when he thought about gaining independence for his country, he turned into a bold person. That drove a law-abiding attorney to become a criminal. He says that this transformation, this willingness to do something for his countrymen turned him from an attorney, that means a government official, a lawyer, to become a criminal. That turned a family-loving husband into a man without a home. As he was sent to prison for serving his country, he says that he was forced to leave his family, leave his home, and he was forced to live alone. That forced a life-loving man to live like a monk. Monk is साधु जिसको कहते हैं, जो सन्यासी लोग होते हैं, अकेले रहते हैं. So he says that when I started serving my country, I was forced to live alone like a monk. I was not allowed to live with my family, and moreover, when he thought about his countrymen, he never gave a thought about his family first, and so he lived a life like a monk. I am no more virtuous or self-sacrificing than the next man, but I found that I could not even enjoy the poor and limited freedoms I was allowed when I knew my people were not free. He slowly and gradually understood that his country people were not given even the basic rights. Freedom is indivisible. The chains of any one of my people were the chains on all of them. The chains on all of my people were the chains on me. What all sufferings the people of South Africa faced, Nelson Mandela considered it to be his sufferings, because he was no separate from the countrymen of his country. And so what all problems the others faced, he thought that he wanted and he wished that he could free everyone from that oppression. I knew that the oppressor here is the colonizers, must be liberated just as surely as the oppressed. Even after such huge sufferings, Nelson Mandela never thought wrongly or negatively about the colonizers. Instead, what all he thought about his countrymen, he wanted the same for the oppressors, that is the colonizers as well. A man who takes away another man's freedom is a prisoner of hatred. That means the person who oppresses others is a person who is captured by hatred, जिसके दिल में सिर्फ नफरत भरी हुई है. He is locked behind the bars of prejudice and narrow-mindedness. Such a person can be considered to be a narrow-minded person. Moreover, he is locked behind the bars of prejudice. मतलब कि जो हर चीज़ में डिस्क्रिमिनेट करता रहता है या किसी के लिए कोई भी वजह के बिना नेगेटिव थॉट्स रखता है. The oppressed and the oppressor alike are robbed of their humanity. Here he says that when such things are done, when hatred towards human beings is created, the oppressor as well as the oppressed, all of them, they are robbed of humanity. मतलब कि इंसानियत के लिए कोई जगह नहीं बचती है. Students, I hope the chapter is understood. Do read the text to make it more clear. Thank you so much.